One game for the right to go to the NBA Finals. It is Game 7, and it's the Western Conference Finals on EA Sports. We're at Toyota Center in downtown Houston. Tonight, it's the Houston Rockets taking on the back-to-back defending NBA champions, the Golden State Warriors. And welcome, I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. Jay, you look at the Rockets coming into play. They have the home court here, always crucial in a Game 7, with the winner moving on to the NBA Finals.
Now look, I think both teams are worthy of going to the NBA Finals. But the reality is that only one team will prevail this evening. And the way this series has gone so far, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes all the way down to the final shot.
Rockets have it.
Now push it. Let's attack in transition so we can build this lead.
Inside, he scores. Thompson to bring it into the front court. Just getting started. Strap in for a good one here in Game 7. The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk. Knowing Carmelo Anthony, the competitor, you know he wants to do the same things as he was doing 5 years ago. Can he?
Well, the answer easy is no. Your mind is telling you yes, but your body is saying the exact opposite. The next step for Carmelo Anthony is to understand that he needs to keep it simple. If he's a catch-and-shoot player, help provide spacing and open up that lane for other players to attack.
And now Houston has the basketball. Paul to P.J. Tucker. Takes stock of the floor. Paul to P.J. Tucker. Harden buries it on the catch and shoot. The way he gets to the line, you have to respect every part of his game.
He is an occupational hazard for referees. He's the MVP of drawing fouls. He constantly baits the defender, which makes the defender's hands drop, which allows James Harden to drop buckets on you.
Harden into the front court. Up 5. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by the Warriors. Tucker. Paul. No good. That's great defense. To Green. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Free throw good as he finishes off the three-point play. They're back within a bucket. Rockets in control of the basketball. Chance for Chris Paul, unbothered by the defense. As he drills it, he has that sixth sense that you just can't teach.
He's like a traffic cop, and he's navigating a myriad of bodies coming his way. And there's a smaller innuendo of the game that nobody talks about. When he makes a great pass, he'll tell the offensive player, shoot it, go up, dunk it. He will direct you and lead you to success.
Slams it down.
The pass was really good, but what I love most about the play, Ed, was that every player that ran in transition had active hands, which means they were active targets. They provided a target for the player to deliver the pass. That's how you work together as teammates.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Ed, all this talk I heard over the summer, what about CP3's hamstring? Will he be able to get back his first step? Will he still have it?
But not that time.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
James Harden. Harden shot, no good.
You see, this is something that everybody has, but some people choose to use it or not. I'm glad you choose to use effort on getting around those screens.
Cousins to Curry. That one out of bounds off a rocket. It remains Warrior basketball. Thompson. Durant. Anthony with the rebound. Harden with it up top. Leads 5. Harden. The shot, no good by Harden.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now, as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket, you're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
Green. Missed it. To Anthony. Layup goes down. Well done. Jay, mixed opinions with Carmelo Anthony. How will you remember his career?
Well, as of right now, he's a catch-and-shoot type player. But for me personally, Carmelo Anthony will go down as one of the greatest isolation players of all time. Back in his Denver days, his earlier New York Knicks days, there was nobody better in an isolated set than CA.
Off the assist.
I like that aggression early. You never just settle for jumpers. You attack, you attack, you attack. Then when they back off, you'll have room to shoot that, Jay.
Curry. Tough shot. Well defended.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Oh, blocked by Green.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Warriors basketball. Thompson. And Carmelo grabs the rebound. Harden. Offensive rebound and a putback slam.
That's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
20-footer at the buzzer. Add 2 points to the board. 1 quarter down in this deciding Game 7. Jay and I are back after this. It's the NBA. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Curry to bring it up. His team down 9. Curry. It's good. Defense has to pick things up. Curry, no doubt, is a transformative player. Some say for the worst. Is there too much of a reliance on the three-point shot at all levels?
No, we're watching the game evolve, and Stephen Curry has been critical in changing the narrative. But I want kids at home to recognize that they see the finished product. They see somebody who makes 1,000 jumpers a day. And I love what Team USA is doing when they talk about removing the three-point line. It's imperative that kids have the right mechanics. If you have the right mechanics, your range will take care of itself.
Takes it coast to coast, and the strong finish at the rim.
I mean, with so much talk these days about three-point shooting and the spacing on the court and having versatile athletic wings, sometimes when you have a dominant big man, you keep giving him the ball. You let him be that anomaly.
Warriors have the basketball. Count the bucket for 2.
You can forget about it when he uses that 7'5" wingspan to attack the bucket.
Paul to Harden. Beyond the arc for 3. First free throw is good. Knocks down the second free throw. Takes advantage of the foul. 3 for 3 at the line. It's Curry controlling the offense. Nothing going here on that drive. Cousins, deep left corner. Now a steal as the Rockets have it.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Right through the heart of the defense. The layup is good. There's a sixth sense there that you just can't teach.
If you're a player on the same team with CP3, you should be taking that point guard out to dinner every single night. There's something to be said about a guard that makes the game way easier for you to be even more of an efficient offensive player.
Thompson to Cousins. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Free throws up and perfect.
Hey, good shot.
That one out of bounds off a Rocket. Kevin Durant lets it go. Rebounded by Capella. To Paul. And he hits. Can only imagine how frustrating that is to stop.
It's beyond an arduous task for the defender. I'm getting frustrated even talking about it. Let me tell you two reasons why. Number one, he's been top 5 in the league since the 2012-13 season in free throws attempted per game. That's pretty impressive. Will make any defender hesitant. And number two, whenever the league implements a rule about you called the Harden rule for his knack for drawing cheap fouls, that's going to make any defender have a difficult time guarding Mr. Harden.
That's going to be out of bounds. Curry to Durant. Fires the three, and Kevin Durant, all in one motion, hits it off the catch and shoot.
And watching all these great shooters on the floor at once, it almost mesmerizes me. It's like you're watching this shot in slow motion. The backspin, it gives off the feel that the ball's going in every time.
It's Paul for two. Almost, but no good.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Possession lies with Golden State. Here's Durant for two. Jumper's good. Kevin Durant, dynamic once again.
And giving it to you any way you want it. On the block, from the perimeter, mouse in the house, whatever the scenario is, Kevin Durant has an answer.
Turns and slams it down. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to.
That's good D. Shot no good. Knocked loose.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
To P.J. Tucker. Oh, stolen by the Warriors.
We're going to see a team take the lead here.
Curry hits the trifecta.
Don't seem shocked. This is how the game is played these days. Shooting a three is like shooting a layup.
Here comes the screen. Paul to Capella. Capella with a shot, but he can't get it to go. To Curry. Going to launch beyond the arc. That's how you defend. Tucker to Harden. And he's fouled. He's going to the line for two.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Knocks down the first.
Let's go, boy. Catch me out.
Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Durant to Green. Durant. Great defense, forcing the miss. Harden with the basketball. They trail by one. And he's fouled. A couple of free throws coming up, Jay.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
First one goes down. Able to convert on both free throws. Durant. And he can't get it to go down. It's no good. Harden. Not done yet. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Knocks it down from mid-range. Now a three. At the buzzer, we are at halftime in Game 7. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Thanks, Ed. The Rockets have themselves a close game after 2 quarters. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the Warriors are keeping things exciting in a close matchup. I love the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impressed me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Golden State Warriors.
Game track. Steals.
Some very aggressive defense has allowed both teams to rack up a lot of steals. Ball security will be the key in the upcoming half, especially for the weakest dribblers. You know who you are.
Player of the half.
James Harden did a great job of reading the defense and exploiting the opportunities where he can make the most damage. He's definitely feeling it.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. Here we go with the top 3 plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
The Rockets have themselves a narrow lead. They decided to make a statement in the open. And that concludes our halftime.
A lot of intrigue to come in this second half. A 1-point game as we resume play here in the 3rd quarter. It's Golden State basketball. Durant, offensive board. Oh, and a putback. There's no denying he is a big talent, but he has a large personality.
And his personality gets the best of him at times. When I think about personalities who are able to control their aggression, I think about Marcus Smart, I think about Draymond Green. The biggest key for DeMarcus Cousins, controlling his emotion instead of letting his emotions control him.
Durant, and drains it.
Defense, do the math. You force him to take tough twos, you'll probably have a better chance to win this game if you can slow down the pace.
Paul to Harden. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's a Proud City.
Curry. buries it on the catch and shoot. He has an uncanny approach to the game.
And did you see that? His eyes are his deadliest weapon. When he steps over half court, when he looks at the rim, that naturally throws the defender off. It makes the defender lean just a little bit. And just that millisecond of you wondering what he's going to do, splash is enough for him to exploit.
And he connects on the first free throw. And he makes them both. Warriors have the basketball. Kevin Durant lets it fly. A fundamental shot right there. How do you neutralize a threat like Kevin Durant?
Well, that weak side defender constantly has to shade Kevin Durant, and that primary defender, you have to funnel KD into help every single possession, contest shots, and hope that you can deter his vision and that he misses.
Harden.
You got the screen right.
Anthony. Anthony with a shot. That won't go. Cousins to Durant. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by the Warriors. Harden. And he buries it.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Golden State at the controls. Knocked loose. Rockets come up with it.
Tie ball game. Make this possession count.
The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
And Melo will be the first one to tell you this. He's not ready to be a role player just yet. He can still put up points in bunches. Didn't shoot the ball that well last year. Averaged around 16 a game. The lowest total of his 15-year career.
Wow. Paul into the front court. Our score all even in this third quarter. Anthony, a shot, no good.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Durant. Not that time. Paul across the timeline. Tie game, third quarter. Inside, he scores.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Kevin Durant has it. To Thompson. Lets it fly from long range. Now that's a contest.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
The screen sets him up for two. Sometimes it looks like he's not locked in, but think otherwise.
Let's be honest. Sometimes he is not locked in when the ball isn't in his hands. But do you need James Harden to be locked in 100% of the time? No, you need him to be locked in 95% when he has the ball in his hands. That's when something spectacular is going to happen offensively for your team.
Green to Curry. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul. His instincts are unnatural, but what makes him so good given the work he's put in?
The special thing about Stephen Curry is that his entire life he has practiced great habits. A lot of players practice and get up shots, but they don't practice the right habits, and that comes with the lineage. His father, Dale Curry, making sure that he puts in the time and effort, but the proper skill with the time and the effort.
Count it. No and one. There was some contact there. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Curry with the ball. From long range. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Driving right to the basket. He cruises in for two. Too easy.
Did you see that change of direction mid-flight? And also the English he utilized to spin the ball off the rim? That was a thing of beauty.
And Draymond Green throws it down. That'll do it. Third quarter complete. The Rockets with the lead. It's been a compelling game so far. The fourth quarter is underway. Harden in possession. Leads a bucket. Harden to Anthony. Has a chance, and he hits. Changes scenery, but how can Melo still impact a franchise?
It all starts with a mindset. It starts with embracing and accepting your new role. He is no longer a starter in this league. He's a guy that's going to need to be positive on the bench, bring in his shooting abilities off the bench, and also be a coach when he's on the floor. That's the next step in the evolution for Carmelo Anthony.
KD with the rock. Fires the three. He engulfed him that time. Oh, working hard there. Collects the rebound and gets it back up for the slam.
Green doesn't need to score to be effective. He's a more skilled Dennis Rodman of this generation. He's an undersized student of the game who can guard positions 1 through 5, a rarity even in today's style. And let me tell you what he's going to do. He's going to disrupt your game plan and probably try to get under your skin. So stay composed and don't go for the bait.
Stephen Curry with a look. And the rebound taken down by Houston. Anthony. Off the mark. No good. Curry with the basketball. The deficit is 6. He's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more painful than the next day watching tape, seeing the fact that he got 15 points off three-point shots.
Harden. Not that time. He missed it. Here's Curry with it up top. His guys down 3. Cousins to Thompson. Defense making the ball carrier work. Oh, blocked by Green.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
It's Steph Curry with the rock. To Green for 3. And the Rockets clear the board. Big stuff and a lot of traffic on the way to the rim.
As a defender with inferior athletic ability, there's really not a lot you can do when you're outside the restricted area and you're caught lost in space.
With some touch from the former Spartan.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Harden to Anthony. Turned away by Cousins.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
From the painted area, won't go down. Harden in possession. Leads 3. And James Harden, well defended, still gets it to go down.
I love the pure confidence on that jumper. He takes that 3 despite the defender being right in front of his face. That's borderline disrespectful.
Steph lets loose. Off the mark. Cousins up to block the shot. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by the Warriors. Harden. To Anthony. Lets it fly from beyond the arc, and they call the foul. Jay, he was there too late.
The game is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
And hits the first free throw. Second of 3 is good. hits all 3 free throws. Curry, well, the hot shooting night continues. That's his 6th three-pointer of this game.
And you got to give him a lot of love. He's been knocking down shot after shot. But what is the defense thinking? Do you want to play in this game? It's probably time you start buckling down.
He was smothered and still gets it to go down. Jay, he's played for a number of teams in the Western Conference, no less. What do you make of Paul and his willingness to embrace a challenge?
Well, for the first 12 years of his career, he was ball dominant. The ball was forced to be in his hands every possession because nobody else, other than CP3, could make a play. Now there's a shared responsibility with the playmaking skills, and that only allows him to play looser, to play freer, to play more like he played in college, hunting his own shot and thinking pass second, score first.
Bad pass there. Warriors have it.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Curry has it. 4-3. Trying for a 30-point night, but it's no good.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Harden to Paul. Here's a chance from long range. And Chris Paul, he's been doing that for years. Wide open look, and he buries it.
I know the refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
Opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Curry. And Harden takes in the rebound.
The game is won in the details. The team who has the most attention to the minutia is a team that wins the ball game. And from the beginning of this game, this team has been mentally engaged. I know the season's a long year, but when you come mentally engaged and you have attention to detail, whew, that's a scary thing to watch.
And they call the foul. Felt the breeze there, Jay.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
First one, counted. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Kevin Durant with the lob. Cousins. Not that time. He misses. Nothing going here on that drive. And a whistle.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
First free throw is good. No good on the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Just inside the arc. At the buzzer.
EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Rockets are the Western Conference champions after a long, grueling season. The Warriors, well, here we go with the top play. The Rockets made it official with today's emotional win. They'll be the ones representing the Western Conference in the NBA Finals. They'll also be the ones celebrating in the locker room for a long time tonight. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored to the Houston Rockets. The Warriors were eliminated from the playoffs today, and I'm sure there are no words that can make them feel better right now. Making the playoffs can be considered a success, but that's probably not what they want to hear right now. Check out the leading scorers for the Golden State Warriors.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
The Houston Rockets were definitely the better team with regard to long-range shooting, and it turned out to be quite the advantage. Their three-pointers were unstoppable.
Player of the game.
James Harden was happy to throw down plenty of dunks, and if the defense happened to be there, he brought them along for the ride. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
The Rockets will represent, and that does it for our post-game wrap-up. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. Thanks for joining us.